How's it going there, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back once again to the unit. So in today's episode, we're going to be getting stuck into probably what's one of the biggest jobs of the Golf build so far, the removal of the engine and gearbox. So as you'll know from previous episodes, this car started life as a 1.9 TDI PD130. Now the eventual plan is to get the 2.3 litre V5 engine that's on the stand back there put into this car and turn it into my dream show car. So today we're going to get rid of the diesel engine and gearbox and we're going to make a start on that process. Now of course there is still loads to do before we get anywhere near putting that V5 engine in, but getting the original engine and gearbox out is a really good place to start, and it's going to help me get closer to where I actually want this car. So let's get stuck in. But first, we need to travel back a couple of weeks and a haircut ago. So one Saturday, me and Corbin set about getting the engine and gearbox out of the car. First job was to disconnect everything that was still attached, so wires, pipes, anything that was still connecting the actual engine into the shell of the car had to come off. So this was a pretty straightforward job, and clearly I was handling it very well.
What kind of PD they said? It'll be fun, they said. Pissing all everywhere. Fuming. Absolutely fuming.
Once I'd regained a bit of my sanity, we could get on with the more important stuff. We got the engine mounts and the last few connections undone, and at this point there wasn't much left holding the engine and gearbox in. There was just one small problem. The gearbox mount. Basically, it had seized onto the subframe, so I had to undo it from the gearbox itself. And now there was nothing left between us and getting this thing out at long last. And that was it. The engine is finally out of the car. So with the engine and gearbox out of the way, I can finally make a start on stripping the rest of the engine bay down. So what I want to do is make this as bare as possible. So all of the pipe work, as much of the mechanicals as possible to come out as well. Just basically make this a bare shell engine bay. Now the reason for that is because eventually this car is going to go for shot blasting and painting. So I don't want anything in here that doesn't need to be there when those two processes are carried out. The other reason is it's going to give me a really good opportunity to have a look around the engine bay, see if there's anything that needs repairing, replacing, or just generally cleaning up before we start to put the V5 engine in. Now, no doubt I'm going to find some things that I'm not expecting, but the rest of the car has already proven that, but I do think that is probably just a bit of the fun about this car. So, let's get this engine bay stripped. First I took out the expansion tank, power steering reservoir, and then the engine mount. This is also that I can remove the aircon lines, because as I found out when stripping the donor car, they actually make it pretty awkward working in the engine bay. And after a bit of finagling, they came out. Now I can really knuckle down and strip down the rest of the bay. And with those out the way, all that was left was to take out the washer bottle and fuel filter. Then that left me with free rein to get the wiring and remaining pipe stripped back on the driver's side. After that, I moved on to the bulkhead. I wanted to work my way around the engine bay so that I'd removed as much as I could. I got the heater pipes off, some wiring and the brake pipes. I did film doing the passenger side, but unfortunately I managed to stand in front of the camera the whole time, so all you could see was my back. But after a little bit of time, this is what we was left with. And so I'd say that that's probably a pretty good place to end the episode for today. So when we first started, we had the engine and gearbox still sat inside and everything's still there. Now, after admittedly a lot of swearing, a lot of bolts and a lot of moving things around, that is now out and we've got the majority of the engine bay actually stripped back. Obviously, there are still a few bits still left in the engine bay, mainly the master cylinder for the brakes and the wiring loom. Now, the reason I've left those in is because they actually go through into the interior of the car. And to get them out, I need to strip the dashboard, take the blower motor, for example, out for the heaters so that I can get the loom out. And I can't actually do that whilst it's on the ramp because I can't get the doors open very well. So that's going to wait for another day, and that's why I haven't gone ahead and stripped subframes and things off, because I want to leave it running so that I can bring it down off the ramp, bring it outside, get all that stuff out. But yeah, we're another really big step closer to getting this ready to go for shot blasting now, which I'm really excited about. Basically, after I've got these last couple of bits and pieces done, strip the underside, a lot of the interior will already be stripped from taking these bits out, and then it's basically just the main disassembly, taking the panels off, so that it's all just separated and ready to go for shot blasting. But when it comes back after shot blasting, that's when things are really going to start changing. So obviously it's going to be a completely bare shell, going to cast my eye over it, have a look, see if there's any repairs that need to be done, like any rust or anything like that. Once I'm happy with the shell, that's when it can go for epoxy primer. And then we can actually start to plan out what colour we're going to go with the car. So yeah, there's still a hell of a lot more work to be done before then, don't get me wrong, but I am getting really excited about the direction that this is going now. So yeah, another really big step closer to the next stage with the car. Well, I'm sure it will come as absolutely no surprise to any of you that I need to have yet another tidy up. Obviously everything from the engine bay is out of the car. Engine is down beside me on a tyre, and then the rest of the stuff is all just sort of scattered around it. So get that tidied up, get that organised. I don't want to throw anything away just yet. I know I'm going from diesel to petrol and a lot of stuff won't be the same, but some generic stuff will be. For example, expansion tanks, power steering reservoirs, maybe engine mounts as well. So holding on to everything for now, and then after I've got the build done, then I can just sort of shift things on that I don't need. So if you've enjoyed the episode, really appreciate you hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, also subscribing, turn on your notifications so that way you know the next time that I've uploaded an episode. And yeah, stick around because there's definitely a lot more work to do. So just before we wrap up this episode completely, it's just a couple of things that I wanted to mention. Firstly, if you got this far through the episode, thank you very much. Do appreciate you watching this far. This weekend, I'm going to be at Gravity Show at the NEC in Birmingham. There's going to be a lot of filming going on, and I'm really looking forward to being there. With that being said though, if you do see me, I will have my Unit 7 t-shirt on. I will obviously have the camera in hand, so I'm going to be pretty noticeable. Please do feel free to come say hello. Also, I do have another project to show you. I've been sitting on it for about a month now, and I'm really excited to show you. However, I'm not going to give anything away just yet. What I will tell you is it is another BMW, and I think it's going to be a really interesting build. So a lot coming on that one as well. So do make sure you are subscribed and have your notifications turned on. That way, when I do upload about the car, you will see it. Any of you that are going to Gravity, hopefully I will see you there. Please do feel free to come say hello. Any of you that aren't going, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.